Welcome back to my A to Z, where this week I'm going to be playing Prey, the 2017 remake. So I have played the original Prey on the 360 and I absolutely loved it. I've only heard things about this remake, and the things I've heard, they're not great. I know it's more like a reboot or reimagining of Prey rather than a direct sequel or a remake. I basically picked Prey as I'm curious how it will stack up against the original. So my predictions this time around will be pretty simple. I don't think I'll be overly impressed by it. I think the story might be interesting if they follow the same kind of stuff as the original did. But I reckon the actual gameplay itself will be the biggest letdown. There's only one way to find out, and that's to pray with myself. Well. How did that happen? So that thing was in his cup? Is the door still jammed? Did that... Oh. Oh, it's jammed because it's not actually outside. Ah, I see.
Be careful what you pick up.
Okay, so it wasn't his coffee. It was mimicking the cup that he picked up. Okay. That makes more sense now. Oh. Well, that was very unpleasant. You know, I'm glad I flew all the way over there for a lemon peel and a banana peel. Just give me the damn code. It's also kind of annoying the headshots didn't kill him. Why did I need a tutorial on how to fire my shotgun? I've been firing guns the entire game. I don't have the ammo to fight stuff. I don't know what I'm doing. I should just go back to my office and make some ammo. Like, I couldn't tell you what it is about this game, but it's just not gripping me, you know? Like, this, I thought the start was really cool, but ever since the start, it's just been like more of a chore than anything else.
Warning, dangerous level of explosive gas detected. Please
yes, I get it.
evacuate and avoid
Jesus
all
Christ.
open flames or sparks and warning.
Made it to your office.
Why is it so
Level of
loud?
explosive
I'll
gas
remain here
detected.
until
Please
you
evacuate and avoid
My
all
word.
open warning.
What are you? And why are you speaking in
detected?
Morgan's voice?
Please
I am
evacuate and
God,
avoid
there's so
all
much
open
talking
flames
going
or
on.
sparks until repairs can be
Well,
made. Warning,
January.
dangerous
Sorry.
level of explosive
Arrival
gas
was a bit of a
detected.
shock. And why?
Wait, this isn't a tunnel? Can't believe I've been flying out an imaginary tunnel every time I leave an airlock. I just assumed it was like a tube they had to fly through. No, you can just go out the side. God damn it. You know what? Originally I was going to be like, yeah, you know, I'll try and save everyone. But now that thing's turned up, I might as well just blow up the ship.
We have no chance of giving up the station.
Wait,
We're trapped here.
wait, so I couldn't go through that door carrying the brother? That's a load of crap. Better go back and loot him then. Glad I wasn't actually, you know, determined to save him. It was just carrying him to see if I could. But it would have been nice to get a heads up that, hey, I couldn't open that door while carrying an unconscious person. Apparently I just killed him.
It's finished. How did it do?
Activation of the mirror neurons is promising. Empathy quotient shows to be in the middle range.
It probably thinks it was dreaming. That nothing mattered.
You're assuming it thinks like us.
Its life depends on it. Ours too. It all comes down to the choices it made.
It saved me from the cargo container. I would have suffocated otherwise. It installed multiple Typhon-based neuromods. It could mean an instinctive return to its own kind, or an attempt to integrate its dual natures.
Michaela,
I would have died without my medication. That wasn't easy. That says a lot, I think, about its heart. Can I say that it has a heart? Then, there was the man in psychotronics, Ingram.
would you let it live?
Yes.
Sarah, you're next.
The situation in the cargo bay was bad. None of us would have survived without its help. And it destroyed a large number of Typhon across the station. That has to be a good sign. Further, it thwarted Dar's attempt to use us as hostages. If it were one of my officers, I would give it a commendation.
Wait. One of the robots said I,
What'd it say?
equipped a load of Typhon
It found me.
powers.
It didn't need
Or
to,
Typhon mods.
but it did.
I had
asked it to
one.
Stop Volunteer 37, but it left him alive. It could mean a low drive for retribution. There were a lot of humans controlled by the Typhon that it could have harmed. Seems like it went out of its way to avoid that. I think it's worth the risk.
In the end, it chose to destroy Talos 1. Why? To protect her? We can't really know what its motives were for anything it did.
But we have to make a choice. You can hear us, can't you? Here. I want to show you something. What you experienced was a reconstruction based on Morgan's memories. This is the world today. We spent years trying to put what you can do into us. We never tried putting what we can do into you. Until now. You're the bridge between our species. I need to know if you see us. I mean, really see us. Take my hand if you do. We're gonna shake things up, like old times.
That is Prey completed. Now, I know what you're thinking. Easy difficulty, really? But I did start the game on normal. So the reason I dropped it down to easy is because I got sick of the combat. Now, this is a game that is mainly focused around combat. So I figured if I dropped the difficulty down from normal to easy, it would make the combat a bit more tolerable for me. I was wrong. I still hated it. Main reason for this is I felt like the enemies were just sponges for bullets, and in a game where ammo is a scarce resource, didn't feel great. But I'll be going into more detail on that in a bit, because I want to talk about the thought that just kept cycling through my head for the vast majority of this game, and that is that the game just felt a mix of Dead Space, Bioshock, and the more modern Deus Ex games, but just worse. The story about aliens on a spacecraft, killing off crew, having ammo be a limited resource, but you can buy it in Dead Space or you can craft it in this. The problem with this game is it lacks the gimmick that Dead Space had. So in Dead Space you can shoot off the limbs of the aliens to do more damage and kill them faster, therefore conserving ammo. Prey, on the other hand, the gimmick that it threw at me was there doesn't seem to be a weak spot. At least I wasn't shown a weak spot on any enemy. It encouraged you to stun the enemies, and stunned enemies take extra damage from the next hit they take. So the most reliable way of stunning an enemy was to goo them up with the goo gun, which uses ammo. I think you get where this is going. You need to spend ammo to save ammo, which makes no sense. Why would I, from a gun that has, I found very little ammo towards the end of the game for the goo gun, why would I use 40 shots from the goo gun to do slightly more damage with a shotgun. It doesn't make sense. And I wouldn't be surprised if a stat at the end of the game came up and said, you crafted 90% of the ammo you used for the pistol and shotgun. Because I found barely any of it. And when I did, the enemies just soaked up the bullets like nobody's business. So I was relegated to using the wrench for the vast majority of the game. And for a first person shooter, having melee as the main damaging thing for my run was just disappointing. The Bioshock vibes came from the powers that you can unlock. And you can unlock various abilities through scanning the different creatures on the ship. This is a mechanic and part of the game I barely touched. There was a bunch of cool stuff that I saw, like the ability to mimic objects to hide from people. But in the end, I picked one, and that was a dash that left a decoy where you started. The problem I had with that dash is it only took you like 2 feet, I felt like. And the decoy never seemed to work. Now, the reason I didn't go further into that tree is twofold. The first being, I felt I was being punished with the lack of neuromods that I had. Certain key skills felt just out of reach permanently to me. So why would I invest a resource I have barely any of to something I have no interest in doing? And the reason I had no interest in doing it is because the game warns you that the ship's security system will see you as an alien threat the further in you go. So that would have meant that I would have had to deal with more combat, and I just did not want to do that. I really hate the combat as is, so why would I volunteer to engage in more combat? So I just used the one. It didn't feel great, so I just left it at that. The Deus Ex vibes came from the upgrade system with the newer mods and the inventory management. To upgrade, you have to use newer mods, which are found scattered throughout the ship, and you're given them as rewards for like finishing certain parts of the story, doing certain side stuff, and you can craft a limited number of them before you're locked out. The inventory management is alright. If I say Deus Ex inventory management, you're gonna know what I'm talking about. The upgrades just felt so underwhelming and more of frustration. I would be going through the game, a side quest would pop up, and I figured, oh, I'm in the area, I might as well go check it out. Get to the area. This even happened with the main quest. Oh, I don't have Repair 3 to continue this quest. Oh, I don't have Leverage 3 to bust open this door, to move this heavy crate. Oh, I don't have Hacking 3 to get through this locked door. There is a lot of options, I'll give them that. They're just very boring options. And the biggest issue I have with the whole system, it didn't make me feel any stronger playing the game. Now, I will admit, I didn't invest in the security weapon damage upgrade. And that's because I invested in the wrench upgrade. Because I figured the game's not going to give me that much ammo. So there's no point investing these very limited resources that I found in something I'm not going to be using all the time. Because I'm not going to have ammo all the time. And judging from the wrench upgrade, it did 50% more damage or something. It didn't feel great. The only time I noticed it was with the basic mimics. They died in 2 shots instead of 3. Everything else still felt like a sponge. I did upgrade the weapons with the weapon upgrade kits and increased their damage that way. And the enemies still felt like sponges. So yeah, your mods would have been wasted in that, I feel. I could be wrong. Basically, to sum up my experience with Prey, the opening was really cool. It got me pretty interested in the game. It being a simulation with a Truman Show setup was genius. I loved that. It actually got me kind of invested in the story. Then the gameplay happened. I really hated the combat, as you could probably tell. Having an enemy on easy take 4 or 5 shotgun shots from melee range to die, not fun. When you craft ammo for the shotgun, you craft 12 shots at a time. Just sucked the fun out of it. So I got fed up fighting, and probably in the last third or quarter of the game, I just gave up engaging with the enemies and just ran past them. Hell, I'm pretty sure I just died trying to run past them. I would take the death because it was so much more preferable than engaging in combat. I feel bad with all this negativity, so I will say one positive thing about it. I like the soundtrack. So with all that negativity, how do my predictions stack up? Well, I said the story might be interesting to me, but the gameplay will be the letdown. And it did turn out that the story was initially interesting to me, before the gameplay killed off that interest. Which is a shame, because like I just said, I love the intro. The ending of it being a simulation within a simulation was actually pretty cool. I did enjoy that. But in the end, it's a bitter disappointment to someone who absolutely loved the original Prey. On the Alex enjoyment rating, it's getting a lackluster finale.
Morgan, Morgan. До свидания.
I keep having this dream.
Alright, that is Prey done. Thank Christ. It is time to pick what I'll be playing for Q. And as always, I am joined by Nick.
Yo.
IY.
Hello.
And Hans.
Welcome.
So what are we doing today, Nick?
Marbles.
Gargle those
Not
marbles.
again, Hans.
Oh, it's gonna be one of them recordings.
I thought you got
Hans,
over
what's your
that.
Q game?
My Q game is cube.
It's that, isn't it?
There's dots. Is there dots in that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
right, yeah.
dots in that.
Alex, what's your Q game?
Quantum Conundrum.
That's that Portal ripoff, isn't it?
I don't know, I just saw the name and thought that sounds cool.
You're really testing Nick's vocabulary skills here.
What's your Q game?
You know what? Fuck it. Quake 2.
I have picked Quap.
What?
Yeah, that's
How did I even play that?
Quap.
with four buttons.
Yeah,
That's how
with
you
4
play it.
buttons. Q, W, O, and P. Duh.
Oh yeah, by the way, we're doing a Marbles Battle Royale. I don't think that was stated yet.
That's fine.
What the fuck is going on? So Nick,
Hands.
what is Quap?
Is this an on the fence?
Just try to explain Quap to me in 5 words or less.
Hans, have you ever tried to walk home while drunk?
Walk is a loose term.
Well, so is the running in quad.
There is actually an end to it, isn't there?
Yeah.
The 100 meter mark.
It's a 110 meter
yeah.
sprint or hurdles.
It's not hurdles.
It is. There's hurdles in it.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
god,
there's
you're
hurdles.
fucked, Alex.
That's just how hard it is. You've never seen the hurdles, Hans, which means you haven't made it 20 meters into an 110.
Yeah, I
meter
really
hurdle
haven't.
race.
Why did you? What made you pick Quick 2? Why?
Because it felt like a missed opportunity for someone not to pick Quake. Also, Bungie really wants Quake. So
Bungie really wants us to play Quake.
yeah, and now he can have Alex play with him.
Yeah, and now he can play with Alex.
Yeah, because Quake's gonna win.
We got a top 10 situation.
A lot of quantum conundrum.
Alright, I'm seeing one Quake.
Yeah, the
Oh, no, Quake.
What?
Oh,
No,
What's going on?
No, you don't.
oh, there's 2 Quap.
No Quakes left.
Yeah, that
What?
went tits up very quickly.
What's going on?
There's a black hole.
I think Quap's got this because there's 2 of them in one cube.
Yeah, but they're targeting each other.
yeah,
It doesn't
yeah,
help.
go for each other.
Why are they slowing to a complete halt?
Oh my god!
Hold you. I never win.
There we go, cubed. I can't even remember what cube's like. I just picked it because I had Q at the start. I think it's a puzzle game.
It is, yeah.
It is.
There we go.
All right, well, join me next time where I'll be figuring out what Hans picked because he doesn't
And
know.
I'll be figuring it out too.
All right, Alex. You have one mission for when we record the next one of these.
Okay.
You have to tell us what CUBE stands for.
After what?
It's an acronym, so you have to come back and tell us.
Oh, I
what
need
CUBE
to come
stands
back
for.
with it. Okay. Come back next time while I'll be figuring out the game Hans picked and figuring out what Cube stands for. See you then.